Okay, this is roasted red pepper and carrot soup, just because I had them in the refrigerator. It's very healthy, not too tough to make, very delicious. This is just a pot of soup. It's not served up. You normally, I guess, put some croutons in it. That's the recommendation I got. Some croutons cooked in garlic. But yeah, very delicious. So here we go. Okay, it's okay, Coco. So tonight here, I'm going to do something that is not Umbrian. I don't think it is. It's red pepper and carrot soup. Because we had red peppers and carrots, I bought too many for the last dish we made, which was pretty darn Umbrian. Anyway, it sounds good. There's no meat involved, so people that don't eat meat, it's good for that. And seems pretty easy to make. I took 3 or 4 recipes on the web and sort of combined them a little bit, and I think this will work. We'll see. I'm going to roast the peppers in the oven, cut them in half, put them on the broiler till they're roasted, because that enhances the flavor. It's supposed to be better on the grill, but it's not that time of year. The carrots, same thing. I'm going to caramelize them, but I'm going to do them in a pot with some oil to get them nice and a little bit browned to get that little caramelization going. And then this gets combined with a little bit of thyme, a little salt and pepper, and from one of the other recipes, cashew nuts, some cashew nuts. And that all gets blended together with the immersion blender. And there might be a little chicken stock involved here, yeah. Yeah, so that's basically the recipe in a nutshell. It's supposed to take like an hour. We'll see. Okay, step 1 is to roast these peppers. So you cut them in half. This is the first time I've ever done it, but it sounds simple enough. And you remove all this bit here and all the seeds and the stems. So let me do that and I'll get back to you. Go. Okay, so the peppers are basically on the upper tray, up high. They go in the oven at 450, which is about 230 centigrade, 450 Fahrenheit. So if you notice here, the top's cut out here where the stem was. And this part here is called the placenta, right? The peppers have a placenta, which is very handy to know if you like to make hot sauces, but that's neither here nor there. So those have all been cut out. So it's going to just go on top like that and keep an eye on it. And when it gets black and blistery on top, that's roasted. Okay, so I put the peppers in. I didn't preheat the oven. I did that intentionally. We'll see how it comes out. Because I thought while the oven's preheating, the peppers are coming up. They're just cooking and roasting. And eventually we'll get up to the temperature needed to scorch those skins. I thought the extra cooking time would not be a bad thing, and why waste time in the cooking thing. So meantime, I've got carrots to peel here. These are, you notice I got my little stainless steel pot out here, because this all goes back, gets turned back into compost in the garden. So that makes you feel good. We've been doing this for 100 years, my family, composting. It's just something you do. Might be a lot longer than that, I don't know. But, yeah, whatever. Okay, enough of that for now. I'll get these carrots chopped up then. Yeah, we'll take a little video of them in the pan. Starting to get brown, I guess. Okay, a non-humorous moment. Humorous moment. I would love to get some comments from my 4 subscribers and from anybody else that would care to comment. But please no comments about me peeling towards myself. I understand that you use a knife away from yourself to avoid injuries, but this is a potato peeler. Come on here, people. It's okay. And yeah. Oh, by the way, I would not, if I had a garbage disposal and no composting capability, I probably wouldn't even peel these carrots. I'd probably just wash them decently. Because all these nice carrot peels instead of donating to the compost, it would go down a garbage disposal, or worse, into a landfill, and that nice organic material would be lost forever. So, okay, let me shut up and start chopping here. Okay, just for point of reference here, I've weighed my carrots. I've got 670 grams of carrots. I haven't weighed the peppers yet. I probably should have weighed them before they went in the oven. It's starting to smell like pepper, but nothing happening as far as getting the skins black yet. So I'm going to dice these carrots up and keep my nose on high alert for the peppers there, and if I have time, get the garlic prepared here. Okay, we're not getting the skins charred yet, but we're not quite up to the high temperature we need to be. But it's starting to smell really nice, like the peppers are cooking, you know. So I think that's good. And got the carrots all chopped up. I'm going to saute them in some olive oil here. Try to get them to the point where they're caramelized a little bit. I think we can get them hot enough in the olive oil to do that. And then over here, we've got garlic getting ready. It'll be cooked in a separate pan. And brodo di pollo, star brodo di pollo, which is a good chicken broth. And the other thing's going here is a little bit of thyme and a little bit of oregano. And I might get some rosemary in there too. And then the almonds will get in there too. Okay, so the garlic is going to be cooking in this oil here in this little pan while my carrots sizzle away with the spices that were added. And we got here thyme, rosemary, basil, and a little bit of oregano. So those are the 4 spices I put in here. And I'm just going to let those spices roast away in there and at a good hot, decently high heat, along with the carrots. So as the carrots caramelize, hopefully those spices will start to, they'll get hot. Some recipes called about, getting touchy and dry roasting the spices ahead of time, which I'm sure adds some incredible subtleties that I am nowhere near sophisticated enough to appreciate. So, yeah, I'm just going to cook my spices in here with the carrots. I'm getting carried away enough. Now, I'm starting to smell the garlic, and let's see how our peppers are doing. No black roasted tops yet. Let's check the temperature. Where are we at here? Oh, we're only a little bit above 175. So we need to get to about 230, which is 350 in Fahrenheit. And that's hot enough to really blacken the pepper tops. Okay, let's not get garlic overcooked. Okay, on the garlic cooking, I'm going to say dangerously close. It browned, and I did get a little bit of smoking oil there, which is not a good thing. But yeah, so this oil will lose its healthy properties, but it will not, extra virgin olive oil will not gain unhealthy properties by cooking a little bit too much like I did here. So it's kind of a nice forgiving oil. Okay, and now it's just a matter of jumping. Oh, this is starting to smell very good. Very nice. So it's not just a matter of jumping back and forth between this pot. A little bit more time on these guys. As soon as I can smash them up with a fork and they come out like a paste, they're going to be done and added to this. Then, shortly thereafter, hopefully the peppers will start. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of smoke from the peppers. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's close that back up. Then the peppers will come out, and I think they get rinsed in cold water to release the skins. I'm going to have to go look that up real quick. But yeah, the skins get peeled off, then they get cut up and mashed up, put in with this, or with some chicken broth. The whole thing gets cooked for a while, and the immersion blender, and voila. At some point add in the cashews. Okay, garlic's coming off here. Okay, this garlic's making me happy. I want to be very careful. I don't want to smash this on the stove like this to accidentally spill the pot. It's getting very soft. And I did not take out the little green stem this time. I probably should have. This is my biggest piece here. That's just a custom down this way. And I don't know if it's bad luck or it has a bad taste or what, but I didn't do it, so this isn't going to be perfect. But yeah, smash that up a little bit so when it goes in here with the other one, it's nice and cooked. And then the immersion blender will do its magic on that. Okay, in goes the garlic. Just stir that over. Okay, the red peppers haven't caved in on themselves and started to blacken up yet, but they're getting close. I can see a little bit of blackness on this one right here. See that? So it won't be too long. Now, so about half of these cashews are going to go in here. What do we got here for cashews? 250 grams. So about 125 grams of cashews go in there. Now, the carrots aren't what I would call caramelized, but they look like they're done. This is the biggest piece I could find. And still slightly crunchy. Not too crunchy. But that's okay. They'll have additional time to cook in the chicken broth. And I'm going to just put the cashews in here just to have them, don't forget them. This is very approximately half. It's a good amount of cashews. This is more than some of the recipes call for. I love them. So, okay. Progress. Okay, so we're going to check these peppers again. Some of the better advice, I thought, said because the variations in the pepper thickness and the skin thickness, the cooking time is going to vary, so you just have to keep an eye on them. And that makes sense. Meanwhile here, we're looking good here. The carrots and the spices and the garlic's in there and the cashews. That's all just waiting for these peppers to just cool enough that you can peel the skins off. The skins are supposed to come off really easy. So, oh yeah, look how they're getting black and the skins are lifting up off. Yep, okay. I think that's good. The skins are separated from the peppers, so let's call that done. So out you come. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Nope, this is going to be a two-handed job. Okay, I might have been a little bit impatient on the peppers. I think the skin's going to come off okay, but we'll see. In the meantime, I gotta open this broth. I'm going to put the broth in there. Okay, the broth is going in here for no other reason than just to allow it to come up the temperature here while the peppers are coming down to the point where I can handle them. I don't know the right amount. I'm going to go with a whole liter of broth. And just because of the amount of carrots and things, it just looks right. Probably could have used a little bit less broth, but I don't think it'll hurt anything. Okay. Peppers. How are we doing there, peppers? Yep. Okay. Looks like they're going to peel okay. Nice. Okay, and what I was alluding to there when I said that I'm going to eat it is, you cook it, you eat it. You learn, live and learn. It's not going to be possibly perfect, but just tasting those peppers a little bit there, they're pretty good. So I think it's going to be fine. And okay, here's what we've got with the peppers in. Now you noted that some of the peppers weren't totally red, which might make it look interesting, and it might even make it taste interesting. I don't know. All I know is the juice that came off those peppers was really good. So this is going to just cook here for a good while, and then it'll be ready for the immersion blender. So I'm just going to leave it sit here for, I don't know, maybe an hour. This temperature. We'll have to get it boiling first. Let's turn up the heat here and get the darn thing boiling. Got on a little teeny weeny burner, so it's going to take a while to get boiling, but then I want the teeny weeny burner to turn the heat down so it can simmer and stew and do what it do. Okay, I hope this is okay. It's boiling a little bit more than I was hoping it would be, but it's been boiling for about an hour, almost an hour, on pretty low heat. But I had to run out, and I thought, well, let's just risk it. It's still pretty liquidy, so I think it's okay. It was just boiling along there with the lid on, so it didn't even seem to lose too much liquid. So I think, I don't know what to think about these green peppers. I'm thinking about taking them out. I never liked the taste of green peppers too much. They're a little bit more bitter. Like the red ones, though. Anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and blend it all up with the immersion blender there and see how that goes. And if it still stays too liquidy, I'll taste it then. Yeah, I better taste it then. And then add a little bit of cream if it doesn't get to a nice thickness. Maybe I should just cook it some more. Yeah, this is my cooking process. Just sort of speculate and put together knowns with unknowns with guesses. Okay, before we get the immersion blender out, it occurs to me I did not pepper this yet. And nor did I salt it. So I'm gonna get my salt with a little bit of this Norse chicken bouillon type stuff here. It's a little bit of a cheat, but it's good. And that's a very small amount. That's like, what, a quarter teaspoon, which I don't know what that is in metric. It's very, very little. So let's put in some pepper and get out the get the blender going here and go from there. Okay, and even though I love pepper, I didn't put too much here because I don't want to over pepper it yet. You can always add more later. So now, I'm just going to spend some quality time with the blender here and turn that into a sort of a paste is what this is. It's not a paste. I hate to use that word even. Paste doesn't sound good. You see how it's getting kind of like all mixed up there pretty good. Now the thing that turns this into a proper soup, I was just informed by a friend up on the hill, is a nice croutons. You know, bread cooked in garlic. That's it. So, yeah, we'll be sure to do that. Something like that. And I like this particular mode here. The immersion blender wants to pull itself down to the bottom of the pot, but it's hard to do with one hand. You have to hold the blender with both hands. And you get it just at the right height, not out of the soup, but just at the right height, a little bit below the surface. You see how it starts to pull like it makes sort of a convection kind of a pattern in the soup, which is good. I'm going to run around the bottom here just to make sure nobody's hiding down there. And then bring it back up. And that is starting to look right. So now it's time to taste it. Okay, this is good. To my taste, I decided to add a little bit more salt, just a little tiny wee bit, and a little bit more pepper there. So let's get that mixed down in here. And then just leave it warm. The fire's been off here since I started using the immersion blender, because it's thick, so I don't want it to burn and stick to the bottom of the pan. But yeah, that's very good. It's I don't know if you can really taste. It doesn't really taste carroty. It tastes like a light red roasted pepper flavor. It's not too bad. I think the ratio is not very critical here too either of the carrots to the peppers. Could have been more peppery, I suppose, easily, but I've got enough peppers in it. It's good. So, okay, now it's just a matter of. I'm not having this for dinner tonight. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator now, and then cook up a little bit of it with the croutons, and see what the guys up on top of the hill think. And because you know, they're from Umbria, they know food, they know what's right. Whatever, I go along with it. But generally, I do like the stuff they cook. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna live and learn.